ponen mensajes de Dios. Si hubiera sido algo diferente.
What up, homies? Woo! It's episode 38 of the Joystick Show.
That's right.
Got Bobby, Dylan, and Joey here for you. Make sure to go ahead, hit the like button, and subscribe to us because we're funny and we're awesome.
Hell yeah.
And that's about all the confidence I can muster up to this episode.
Shout outs to my brother real quick. That's his lucky number, 38. So,
hey, really?
Yeah.
What's up, Corey?
Dedicating this episode to Corey Diaz.
Also, shout outs to the 20 minutes we wasted before this podcast basically having a non-recorded podcast.
Yeah.
If you're wondering why.
Oh, yeah. Joey's literally crying.
Because
we were
I was laughing so hard at the conversation you guys did not hear.
Yeah.
We had I didn't even know where it came from. We were just talking about old high school shit.
Yeah, we were just talking about stories, and by the time we each had 4 stories each, which if you know math, that's 12 stories.
That's a lot of stories.
Yeah,
for sure.
And it was the best. Should have been there.
You should have been there, definitely. But speaking of should have been there, I haven't been with you guys this week. So what have you guys been up to?
Yeah, I've been just homework finals week, that's coming up. I've just been doing that. Literally today, I was pretending to do homework all week, but then today I literally did 6 hours of math homework.
Ugh.
Which feels like torture.
Yeah.
I feel with a lot of POW stuff, it's why do you gotta beat people?
Yeah, why you gotta poke with sticks?
Just have them do calculus, man. Yeah. Have them do calculus and you can't blink.
Fuck water droplets,
bro.
The algebra.
Yeah, exactly. And so I was just doing that, and I was just that music, some slowed and reverb stuff.
Can I ask maybe a stupid question, but yeah. I'm not afraid to ask it because I didn't go to big boy school after high school.
Okay.
What is calculus?
To be honest, I never took it.
See,
I'm taking
it's a valid question. I know it is a mathematic study.
It's basically algebra. It's algebra, but a step further.
Okay.
It's very hard to explain.
Got it.
Yeah.
That's all I need to know.
Yeah.
If it's hard for Dylan to explain, yeah. I'll take his word for it.
There's a lot of derivatives. Pre-calc going into calc. I'm taking that this summer. It's a lot of it's hard shit. I'm so that's the one thing. I basically planned a lot of my college around not taking this class, but now I'm taking it anyway.
Got it.
And so I know enough about it where I'm I know I can pass. And also, thanks to all of the great smart people online, I could just look up the answer. People make calculators for every single topic.
Wow.
And so I just get one, and I'm okay, I type it in, it gives you the answer. I'm
crazy.
Cool. And I do that on my final because it's I shouldn't say that. But
you want me to bleep all of this out, Dylan?
Whatever. Yeah. Yeah. What is my professor gonna watch my podcast and be like, "You said you cheated"?
Wait a minute.
This is the one that goes viral.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
No, yeah. So on one of my tests, I did that. I do that on every test. When they were when COVID happened and every single class I took had to be online, I'm perfect. Every quiz. 100%.
Nice.
Yeah.
Proud of you, buddy. I was gonna say if
I kind of feel bad though. I'm I have this high my GPA at my last school was 3.94 or something.
Wow,
but I was I don't even feel proud of it. I'm not that smart. These aren't hard classes.
I was gonna say if Dylan can't explain something to me that means something because I feel a solid percentage of the shit that I know Dylan has explained to me.
Yes.
No exaggeration, maybe 6% of all the stuff I know was explained to me by Dylan Diaz over
this
the past
is very
10
true.
years.
In fact, there are
he
sometimes
knows the Snapple facts.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. But it gets to a certain point where I'll learn about something because I'm people are gonna ask me about this. People are gonna be hey Dylan, how do you feel about, or Dylan, what is this? I'm gonna have to go, well,
Dylan, I wonder how people felt during the 1902.
I was waiting for a more specific example.
Yeah, that Dylan knows exactly everything that's gone.
However, in reference to that, I was watching on YouTube the other day speed corrected old timey footage. looks great.
Oh, I get
So,
it.
like,
Yeah.
oh, I get it.
Yeah,
I
because it was
get
all
it.
like really fast.
Yeah, really
but,
fast.
And it was like New York, I think, and it was New York with color added too. So it just looked like New York, like what it would look like. And I'm like,
interesting.
that's really awesome.
Stuff
Like,
is awesome to me.
and they added like crowd noise to simulate what the noise sounded like because there was no audio.
Oh, cool.
Is it like old car honks?
Yeah.
And like,
oi,
Oi.
like the one time I remember there was one part where a guy was just coughing. It was like, I'm like,
wow, that happens in real life.
Yeah.
it was like I wonder where I don't know. I wonder where the museum got like the fucking cough guy.
What about you,
Imagine
Joey?
that's your job, coughing into a mic.
What have you been up to, buddy?
You last podcast.
Yeah, right. Speaking of
Go
what,
check the last podcast.
Speaking of what Joey's been up to.
I'm really holding it. Fuck.
Anytime
Why did
Joey
I mention
laughs
it?
hard-
Why did I mention it?
You might be allergic to something in here.
Nah, I'm allergic to you.
Maybe you're developing a cat allergy.
No.
This cat's
I love-
all
I
over
love
the
cats.
basement.
Mm-hmm.
You love them, so you're not allergic.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not
logic,
possible.
bro. That's obvious logic.
What you been up to, buddy?
Kind of similar to Dylan. I've been having my finals week for college. But I did everything. I did everything early because I'm doing a blended learning in this COVID times.
That is 100% the getting things early side of the table. For sure.
Oh yes.
You guys are the
yeah.
academias.
Yeah,
I
like
don't
I'm
know. I
smart,
don't even know
but
what the fucking
like
word
I'm
is.
so smart, but I am not academic in the like I will.
It took me a while to realize what you said. I'm just smiling and
Yeah,
nodding.
yeah.
I was like, yeah. And I was like, what did he say? What?
No, that makes sense. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's, yeah.
Like I feel like I just I remember I wrote one of my papers in like 6 hours. I was like, nice.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
What finals did you take?
I had to do a group project. Yeah, group project while we're all fucking remote learning.
Oh,
like
I
as
had-
if that shit isn't annoying.
Yeah,
enough.
I had that, and then my group member dropped the class.
Oh, yeah, you're
And then I-
nice.
No, we had to do a project about how education is done in like other countries and nations and shit. And we chose the Philippines because this one girl in the group was like, "Oh, my stepfather taught there in like the '60s," and we were like, "Oh, cool." And then we just picked that place.
Nice.
But now I got a lot of info on Filipino early education.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was one thing I do remember from college. It's just small bursts of learning a lot about really specific things.
Yup. Especially when you have a project, and it's like, you got to learn about
You just
it.
got a bunch of
Yeah.
information.
Like, I don't have a college degree, but I could tell you a lot about aqueducts. Shout out to that one. Oh, did I ever tell you about that?
About
What was
aqueducts?
So when I went to college, I had to take I did all my classes and shit. Like I arranged all my schedule, and I had to pick one more.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh, I'll do archaeology.
Yeah.
Like that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like dinosaurs and shit. Problem with that is paleontology.
Yeah.
So I got to learn about like rocks
Yeah.
fucking, and fossils and ceramic and shit.
Damn.
No joke, I was a big degenerate. I don't know how I passed this class with like an 85 too. I think it's just because I took the project seriously. I did no homework for this woman. I would sit in the back of the class with my laptop and I would watch speedruns live.
Okay.
And
yeah.
I would watch people speedrun games.
Yes.
And then one day, these two guys that sat by me were like, is that Mega Man? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, are you watching a speedrun? I'm like, yeah. So then like these three kids would just watch speedruns on my computer. And then I'll never forget, my favorite thing from this class was this woman. She hyped this whole thing up. She was like, tomorrow we're going to have a guest speaker. It's like a really big deal.
Shit.
She's like, we got somebody
Stan
to
Lee?
come in.
A rock?
She's yeah, right?
A rock.
She's hyping this whole fucking thing up, right?
Yeah.
So then she's like, guys, get ready. He's inside. She opens the door, and it's just like some bald 40-year-old dude, like in a dress shirt, practically, right? And he's like, hi, my name is blah, 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 and I work at the Museum of Natural History. And we were all like, cool, This guy studied ceramics. So this guy gave an hour-and-a-half long presentation.
Yes.
No. About like ceramic.
Yeah.
Like
a boring present. Like
Bro, my
sleep.
favorite line was like, it's in your toilet bowls. But I was like, Yep, it is. Like,
I mean,
it's in a lot of things.
porcelain,
Yeah.
bro. It's a thing.
Oh, bro, that
That's
fucking.
so
I
great.
was waiting for you to tell me that when your professor was like, "Here he is," and opened the door, that there was at least like a few people like,
Oh my god! It's
"Holy shit!"
Yeah, I honestly, it would have been funny if you guys did that anyway, and then this bald dude from it's like, damn, these guys really like ceramics.
Whoa!
I feel like that's a staple, though. I feel like
My
every
people.
school has like one time where like they bring in someone who talks for way too long. Like at my school, there was a guy who like studied at like the bird sanctuary, and he was like a scientist.
Mm-hmm.
And he taught us about like Charles Darwin and the Galapagos and stuff
Oh, that's cool.
for an hour and 50 minutes though.
Yeah.
So that's a very long, and this guy talked
pretty-
like this
Oh boy.
about birds, the big booby bird, and I'm like, fuck, this guy talked
damn.
for. But it was like, I was interested, and I was like, you know, I like geography, I like learning about like iguanas that swim and shit. Like that's cool.
I always thought the finch shit was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just overall, it's like, dude, you really like birds.
Okay.
Oh, I was gonna say a little off topic. It was just when you did the voice thing of the guy who did the presentation. Do you remember the priest or the bishop rather who did our confirmation in like 7th or 8th grade?
I don't know.
This guy had like the weirdest voice I'd ever
Did
heard.
we have the same bishop?
I don't know, but this is what this
We're
bishop.
both Queens. We may have.
This
had
is
the
what
same
this
bishop.
bishop sounded like.
Was he old?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
got up and he was like, "In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the old." Right? Yes.
Yeah.
And I remember one of the kids next to me was like, "Is that Stitch?" Like, oh, it's Stitch.
All right, we didn't have the same bishop. He didn't
Yo.
sound like that.
No, he literally
That's an
sounded.
accent.
He
That's like
sounded
some
like, an
accent somewhere.
alien, dude.
It
was
sounded.
like-
It sounded.
In the name of the Father,
Yeah.
and of the Son.
Yeah, we were
and
like,
the
what?
Holy Spirit.
We are here for confirmation. We were like,
For
"What?"
these blessed young
Like,
men and
that's
women.
It was like that, but maybe a little more higher pitched. It was insane.
Fucking crazy.
Bro.
Whiny voice. Who
Yeah,
is
right.
that guy? Jeez.
Shout outs to Bishop.
So I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't take finals this week. I did something cooler than that.
Yeah.
I went back
Whoa.
to the movie theaters.
Ooh.
That was a fun experience.
That's really cool. Things are opening.
Yeah, I went to go see
Sick shit.
Wrath of Man with Jason Statham. I was telling Joey before the podcast, it's like a Liam Neeson-esque kind of movie. It's kind
Yeah.
of like weird that that's like a genre I use, but the gist without spoiling too much is like this guy Jason Statham's son is killed in like a seemingly random heist on an armored truck.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, in typical Jason Statham action movie fashion, you follow this guy, like, getting his revenge and seeking, you know, trying to find the guy who killed his son, essentially. And it's Jason Statham, so, you know, it's going to be badass.
Yeah.
But I was telling Joey, there's one line in the movie that fucking kills me, man. I laughed so hard in the theater, and I kept saying it to myself, right?
Yeah.
Like the whole night. I couldn't stop saying it. So there's a part in the movie, sorry to spoil it, but it's literally like minor dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
There's a part in the movie where this guy, Jason Statham, is supposedly going on his first rounds as like an armored truck person, like as a security guard. And one of the people he works with is like warning him of like this old woman who works the tells at like this bank he's about to walk into or whatever. So when he walks back, they don't actually show him meeting the woman, but as he walks back to the van, the guy is like, you want me to check your diaper? Did you make poo poo? You know, like something like that, right? So I was like, haha, whatever. And you know, the guy's like, lighten up, you did well. Da 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 da. A few scenes later is when you see the first action scene where like Jason Statham goes full Jason Statham mode and like kills a bunch of dudes and all that shit,
yeah.
right? And the whole time that this scene is going on, the guy who was making fun of him before is like shaking. He's freaking the fuck out because he's never been in a situation like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then when the scene is over, he looks at the guy and he just. But the thing is, it's Jason Statham, and he just goes, "You okay? You make poo poo." So
I know what they're going for because it's like a cool thing you made.
So like all night, I've just been like, "You make poo poo." I was playing like Apex Legends last night. And every time I killed somebody,
Oh my
I'm just
God,
I'm
yeah, I
just
do
like,
that too.
It's like, "You okay? You make
Pee
poo
poo
poo."
That's the best, bro. You gotta do
my
that. You
God,
gotta
that's
motivate
great.
yourself.
Yeah.
I do that sometimes when I play MLB. Every time I hit a home run, I say some shit.
Yeah, always.
yeah.
It's like you got shit on, dog, or
Yeah.
something, but you gotta hype yourself up a little bit.
You gotta say.
You make poop.
I make a weird noise when I do. I'm like,
Yeah, that's good too. That's really good too.
It's funny.
Onomatopoeia, baby.
Don't worry, we're not gonna jump into a Warzone discussion because none of us play it. But the only thing I do like about Warzone is the fact that you can hear people when you kill them.
yeah.
It's like that old COD thing where you hear them for the split second.
You need it. You need
Oh,
it.
and I love listening to the compilations where you just hear people be like, "Fuck!" and then it gets cut off.
Why do you think they did that for like literally 2 seconds?
Because it's great. Like, it's hilarious.
I think it's long enough where you get what you need.
Yeah,
But-
it fits for Warzone.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Shout out
Even
to
the
the
one-
guy that created that.
I think my favorite ones are the ones who are genuinely pissed, but like you can tell they're pissed, but they still try to help their teammate. They're like, "Fuck, he's second floor," like some shit like that. Like, shit, he's got a shotgun.
like you said, that goes back to all old Call of Duty, where it's like you are
Watch
on
your
like
back. Watch your back.
where you kill someone and you just hear them be like, you kill the same person like 5 or 6 times, and you just hear "fuck." Where it's not like it's like the best
Yeah,
feeling.
like I said, shout outs to the guy that thought of that. Like he was like, we don't want bullying to happen, but we'll just give you this much because it's what you
time.
need.
Yeah.
It's what you needed to hear.
Oh man, speaking of that, I was playing Overwatch with Jerry a few weeks ago,
Yeah.
and I played. You good, buddy?
Yeah.
We were playing Overwatch, and I played Flex. And if you don't know what Flex is, you know what Overwatch is. It's just a fun game, but there's an option in the game called Flex that allows you to basically, you're like a random role. You're not assigned to any specific
Yes.
role. You're not playing tank or healer or DPS. You're just gonna get a random one, and the benefit is it gives you a pass to play the DPS role, which is the most favorable. To put it into perspective, you try to play the other roles, it takes like 2 minutes to get into a game,
Or less. When you play as not a damage character, it is less than 2 minutes usually.
Yeah, and you
When
play a damage character,
8,
maybe
9,
10 minutes.
10,
No,
12,
no, yeah.
14, depends what you're.
So you
know.
play Flex.
So you don't want to wait for that.
You play Flex, and you get passes that let you basically cut the line, and you can play damage
Which is so
for like
funny.
2 minutes, 3 minutes. But every 5 or 6 damage games, you have to go to a different role, and you have to play something different.
Yeah. Well,
And-
is that why you just get like a trash person every once in a while?
Exactly.
You're like, oh, this healer's not here. Oh,
Yup.
they only play
So,
Widowmaker. or some
Funny
shit.
enough, funny you say that. We're playing Overwatch, and I just said that. I don't know, we're playing on Hollywood or whatever,
Yeah.
and I got healer.
Yeah.
And I'm stronger on tank because the only healer that Dylan knows that I really play is Zenyatta,
Yeah.
and he's a little aged. Like, not a lot of people play him nowadays because there's better healers essentially. But there's this one guy, this Reinhardt, who hates me.
Yeah.
He's not on comms or anything, but he's messaging me like he's on, like he's like, dude, switch off, and I'm just like ignoring him, and I'm like, Jerry, like this guy's fucking so annoying. I'm talking to Jerry in the private chat or
Yeah.
whatever. This dude's like, oh, we're gonna lose because of you, whatever, da da da. We're playing, da 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 da. We lose the first round. He's like, everybody on the team wants you to switch off. I talked to everybody on the team, and I'm like, really? And he's like, yeah, I talked to every single one on the team. They want you to switch. This guy wasted 2 of his ults like at me, not even facing the team, because he just wants me to switch. And at the end of the game, he's like, I just want you to know that we lost because of you, because we lost the game. He was like, I had a 7-game streak and I lost it, and it was your fault. And I sent him a screenshot with me with 3 gold medals, and I was like, what do you want me to do? Like, I literally held up the team, and he stopped talking. Oh no, he didn't stop talking to me. And then I was like, you literally wasted 2 ults on me because you were mad. And he was like, no, I didn't. And I was like, bro. And then he's like, yeah, I did, but it was just because I don't need them. The other team was so bad, I didn't need ults to win. And I was like, are you 5? Like,
are you dumb? Yeah.
That was a child.
that was my favorite retort. I
No,
didn't
it's
need
not.
an
That's the
ultimate
saddest
to
part.
win.
They're people that are older than us.
Yeah, that care this
Especially
much.
Overwatch, it's people that are like 29.
I haven't touched
7-game
Overwatch.
winning streak.
Like
I've gone on
mom's
7-game
basement.
losing streaks, and I'm not that whiny about it. I
7
just go
game.
switch the game. I go play
Yeah,
Rocket
And that's
League.
the thing. When you go on a winning streak, it gets harder to win.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it works.
Exactly. You're gonna lose eventually.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joey. Joey really contributing. What games are you playing nowadays?
I don't know. I've been playing Fortnite just to unlock a skin.
The Raven skin.
Yeah, it's Raven from Teen Titans.
I thought Raven Simone.
Simone.
Yeah, Raven Simone.
That's what I thought.
It's the Raven Simone skin. It's really cool. She can see into the future.
She saw that you got the skin.
Yeah, she knew I was gonna get it.
She saw it. She was like, I believe in you,
But
Joey.
I got this skin in this game, and I told Bobby, I said I was playing the game just to kind of like show off the skin I got. Like, yeah, like I had to work hard to get this, and I'm like doing these awkward, stupid TikTok dances as casual Raven, and yeah. Then I was like, damn, I wasted time on this, like playing it. I think I played like 5 games.
Gotta do all the challenges and shit.
Yeah, it was like 70 challenges.
Did you make poo poo?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that and Hitman.
Oh, hey, yeah, you were telling me that
Yeah,
earlier.
Hitman is sick.
Hitman.
I like it because you're just like killing a bunch of elitists.
Love to hit some.
So it's kind of like Eat the Rich kind of vibe.
I've been playing Super Mario Galaxy.
yeah, I saw.
I 100%ed Super Mario Sunshine for the first time in my life
Nice.
the other night. I did it last night, actually. I was so proud of myself. That game, it took me about a week and change to do it.
I still really haven't played the remastered of that. I played
neither.
maybe 12 stars. I have the game. I just
And
shines, whatever.
I started Galaxy last night, and I'm already almost done 100%.
Jeez.
I have like 90
Oh
of
yeah, no,
120 stars.
I saw. Like I was like, oh, Bob's playing this.
Like, and it's
Like whenever
because-
Bobby plays a collectathon,
Like,
it's
yeah.
like, you know, it's
He's
like that
gonna
game is gonna
play
be
this.
that game's gonna be 100%ed soon. Bobby with any game. I remember in high school, I lent Bobby my copy of South Park: The Stick of Truth on Friday. He had it back to me on Monday, and he was like, I finished it on Saturday.
Platinum did.
And I was like, you platinumed it? I was like, that, you know, I'm like, and the game, you could do it in that time, but that requires you to play it like a lot.
Yeah.
Because like I played it for like 3 weeks and wasn't finished.
Low key, I think me wanting to like platinum stuff came from Bobby.
Yeah, me too. I love
Like I used to not give a shit, and then Bobby was like, "Yeah, I platinumed the game," and I was like, "What's that?" And he showed me. He was like, "It's when you like do everything in the game that it gives you this little trophy," and it was like, "It's cool," and I was like, "I need those."
When I was
I need those now.
when I was a kid, my whole thing was like, if I'm gonna get a game, I'm gonna play all of it. You know,
Yeah,
like, I'm
you're gonna
beat
get the most
all
out
I
of
want.
it,
Exactly, like, that was my mentality. But my mom used to fucking hate it because she would like buy me a game. And then I would like beat it in like a day, and she's like, "I just bought you that," and I was like, "It's not my fault. Like should have made it longer." Like,
You know,
Yeah.
I remember my mom saying that too a lot when I was young. She was like, "I bought you this game," and when I was done, she was like, "You beat it already?" I was like, "Yeah." I remember hearing that a lot growing up from my mom. "You beat it already?"
yes, mom, I'm a fiend.
Yes.
They make games for kids.
Oh,
the
I
only
completed all of it.
the only game I couldn't beat as a kid was Kingdom Hearts.
That's really
That's fucking hard for a
Yeah,
kid.
when you're a kid, that was way
That
beyond
was-
me. And
oh.
keep in mind, that's probably one of my favorite games of all time. It's just I didn't get back around to it until years after, until
Yeah.
2 came out. I actually beat 2 before I beat 1
Mhm.
because I was like, I was a kid, I was way too young. I was like, what the
Yo.
fuck is all of this?
Shout outs to my god brother Armando, cause
Shout outs Armando.
shout outs, cause I remember he had the Kingdom Hearts in Kingdom Hearts 2 the Ultimate Keyblade,
Yep.
and I never saw that. I was like, oh my god, that is so cool. And he told me it was a lot of grinding to get this.
Hell yeah.
And I guess I just had like guts. I was like, yo, can I like copy your save drive onto my memory card so I can have that too? And he was really chill about it. He was like, yeah, I'll give it to you. And I was like, yo.
Crazy.
And this whole time I thought like, damn, like Armando did a lot of shit to get this. When it was my turn to like get that myself when the remasters came out, it was mad easy. I was like, it wasn't that hard. It
when
wasn't
you're a
that
kid,
hard.
you think it's like
When you're a kid, you thought
think
you had
you're
to
gonna be
like
there
climb
for
a mountain.
month. Yeah, right.
You have
like
to
some
do this
Rocky
shit for
month.
like
yeah,
for
yeah,
homework.
yeah,
It's a
yeah.
grind. Like you definitely need to do a lot.
Yeah, but as a kid, it just sounds like work. Like
I'm starting to realize I'm happy I played a lot of open-ended games as a kid. Because like I never really beat much games because I didn't play games like that usually.
Yeah,
Like,
lucky
I
I played Pac-Man.
Like I'd play like
Only
back in my day.
Only Pac-Man.
Yeah, no, but like I just remember like I would play like a sports game, which you don't beat a sports game. Like you like win the whatever, but you can't
Yeah.
really beat a sport. It keeps going.
Can you?
You know, come to think of it, that might be why I didn't like him as a kid.
Yeah, because you really can't. And even then, if you platinum, like usually the platinum is random shit too.
Yeah,
like
right.
the platinums have
Nowadays,
no-
it's like play online. For
Yeah,
God
actually,
knows
the
how long.
platinums now for MLB are not that bad. Like they're very like compact. Like I got the one last year, and I'm gonna get this year, so
Nice.
it's like it's pretty easy now. But like last year's, you had to play it online. I'm just remembering now, like I didn't beat anything as a kid. Like shit was hard, bro. Like I remember playing like Super Monkey Ball and Super Monkey Ball 2, and I couldn't beat that.
Hard.
And that's like an arcadey hard game. I'd play like GTA, but I never complete. Like there were so many side missions, you'd never do all the side missions.
Man, I think one of my favorite things was Meat Boy for me. Just
I
because
remember
like,
when you liked Meat Boy. That was an obsession.
like it was, because I remember when I saw Meat Boy play it on like a YouTube video for the first time, I was like, that looks like the sickest game I've ever seen. I had an Xbox 360 that I had only used really for Minecraft, because at the time Minecraft wasn't out for PlayStation. You had to have an Xbox. It was the only console it was out for.
That's right.
So and Meat Boy again was also never on PlayStation. It was only on Xbox and PC. So my Xbox was the Minecraft Meat Boy machine, and I took I wasn't amazing in Meat Boy off the start. I was dying every single level, but I was hooked. I was just like, something about the mechanics or something about the game hooked. Right, I couldn't stop playing it. But what eventually ended up happening is like you guys probably remember, I would just sit there and beat the game in like 30 minutes or whatever. But this was before I even knew what speedrunning really was. No,
you just loved the game so much.
In fact, I used to time myself, and I made up a fake category where I didn't fight the bosses. I just played all the levels.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's called 105 because you have to beat 105 levels.
Yeah.
And I used to do it in like 28 minutes or something like that.
And
then
practice.
after that, I saw like the first SGDQ speedrun video of it where this guy like shit on my time, and I was like, I'm hooked. Like I have to do this shit now.
Yeah.
I was like speedrunning before I was speedrunning. You know what I mean?
You mean other people were sitting and timing and trying to do all the glitches to finish the game first?
Shout out to the Super Meat Boy records I held for like 3 weeks.
I remember, bro. I remember, Bobby was playing the shit out of this game because this is when we all found out what speedrunning was. And he was like, bro, I'm trying to get the world record or try to get like high up there. And I remember coming over to his house, and that was the music playing in the background in his room.
Bro, that music is ingrained in all of us. Like, I know it's ingrained in his brain because you've played the game so much.
It's especially ingrained in my brain.
You unlocked the memory when you brought it up. I was like, oh my God.
I hear the music right now. It hasn't left my head yet.
What's funny about it?
It's here.
Like hell is in my hair right now.
What's funny about it is it's especially ingrained in my head, but not for the same reason. It's because they switched the soundtrack when they put it to PlayStation.
Oh.
So for the past like 2 years, and I still play Meat Boy to this day. That's my like golden rule. I never delete it from a console because every now and then
you need
like,
it.
You have that
stretch
one game
the thumbs. You got
to
to
need it on.
So it's funny when I've been playing it on PlayStation for like a long time. In fact, the last Bobby time I made on Joystick was Meat Boy on PlayStation.
Yep.
So it's been like 4 years, and I've been listening to that music. So every time I hear like the old Meat Boy soundtrack from like the original Meat Boy soundtrack, it just hits way harder. I'm like, holy shit! Like
taking me
that's
back.
like when I was fucking
Joe,
17.
you never like speedran though, right?
I tried to speedrun Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
That's right, he did.
Oh, let's fucking go!
I tried to.
We got some
I was
speedrunners
like,
up in
I
here.
wanted to speedrun Scott Pilgrim versus the World if this is a thing. Because that was one of the games that I used to play like over and over. Like I beat that game so many times. I don't remember what time I got, but it was pretty quick. Like, and everyone's like the score, everything is like really quick. There's not really another strategy outside the ones that I knew.
Yeah.
So I was just kind of around the same times as like the other like 100+ people that were doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But that was, and then I never really made a website or put my time. I just kind of had that time in my head for myself.
I don't think we ever did either. Like,
I started
Stuart Little.
I started to, and then it got way out of like I felt it like almost get out of control in a way where like I saw like the like speedrun.com.
Yeah,
they have like leaderboards.
That's
and
like
then
that's
a legit
place.
one. Yeah,
and you get points for each thing. And then I saw on GoldenEye they have their own system where depending on what level and where you place, you get points, and then you fight over what points you have. They have their whole different leaderboard, and I was like, I need that. And I felt like I started uploading times, and I was like, no, I'll start playing games for no reason just to get number one.
You and like 3 other people start a Stuart Little 2 leaderboard.
By the way, fun fact, I submitted Stuart Little 2 to a race, made it to 3rd round of cuts.
Yeah, Dylan almost ran it in GDQ.
Whoa.
I almost ran it. Actually, no, it went to
we got an athlete here, ladies and gentlemen.
It went to 2nd round of cuts, actually, and then Jumpy Luff was like, I actually can't go this year. And I was like, I really don't have money to go either. So I was like, we just didn't do it. But we probably would have got cut next round. But I just imagine that, like, yeah.
There was definitely a moment in
Love
time where
speedruns.
I was really confident I could have gotten the Sly Cooper world record.
Yeah.
Really confident. Like, I wasn't, like, top. I was, like, maybe top 7, 8 without posting my record.
Yeah.
But I knew I could have gotten it.
Uh-huh.
But then, like, if you look at it now, that game is fucking broken. They found a skip that skips the entire fourth world, so the time went from, like, about an hour to, like, 30 minutes.
Oh my god.
It's insane.
Oh, the
man.
massive skips are crazy.
I never understand how people could find these glitches in these games.
Oh, the glitch.
Like, it's so weird. They're like, all right, so to beat the game in the fastest time, you have to go to this little corner with the blue flower. And if you go into this position, the blue flower starts flicking around. So if you push up and then flip your controller upside down, you finish the game.
You have to make 3 laps around the TV.
And then you got to draw a pentagram in the circle.
Yeah. I just imagine that shit. I think those are my favorite games. The games that are so broken that it's like not even a game anymore. That's my favorite. It's like, all right, yeah, we're walking out of bounds for 8 minutes. It's like, what?
So
like
he just starts talking about something else as the character's
yeah.
like,
And it'll be
literally.
some like really popular games too. Like, it'll be
Yeah.
like some Legend of Zelda type shit, and then before you know it, be like, all right, now we're just gonna like go straight to the final boss.
Yeah.
And beat him with
like
with a
what was it?
stick.
I forget. I think what it was. I think it was Fallout 3 and in Skyrim, the Bethesda games. If you quick save, quick load on the
yeah, I
keyboard,
saw that.
You just fall through the floor and you can just go anywhere in the game.
Wow.
But I think my favorite is this game on PC called El Matador, and it's essentially a video game that's Max Payne.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially, you have a slowdown ability. that
Wait
you
a
can shoot
minute.
it.
I think I've played that game.
It is not good.
Is
It's
it
like,
a PSP game?
There was like a conversion to it. I think there was like a port. But the PC version is completely broken, and if you mash like the ability to like go slow-mo, you just twirl in a circle and you go all the way to the top of the map, and then you can just like lean yourself over to go to like the next part of the game. So you start the level, there's a bunch of guys with guns, and they're like, get him, and you just go into the corner and just glitch out of it. Like, you just see the character go in the corner, and then you just see him slow-mo, just
That's our next sketch idea.
My favorite fucking my favorite glitch in a game is one I discovered when I was a kid. Spyro Enter the Dragonfly.
Yes.
I love the Spyro series, but Enter the Dragonfly might be one of the worst made games ever, and it's really fucking sad because Spyro is such a great
I
property.
played
How
that
do you
one. I
fuck
liked
it
that
up?
one.
I liked it too as a kid.
Yeah.
I liked Sonic 06 as a kid. You know what
I never
mean?
liked it.
I had Sonic 06 came with my Xbox. I was so mad. I was like,
Sonic
this game,
I was
this game
so
is so
Sonic
trash.
06 hit different when you were younger. That's all I'm gonna say.
It did
But
not.
in that same light, talking about fucking what was this game I was just bringing up?
Dragonfly.
Yes, Enter the Dragonfly. It's the whole gimmick in that game is that
Owl City?
Spyro.
Fireflies?
Thank you. The wrong fly, but you're on the right track. There's this gimmick in that game where Spyro can get different breaths instead of fire breath.
Yeah.
He can get like ice breath and lightning breath. And there's gates in the hub world that prevent you from reaching the other worlds until you unlock the breaths.
Oh, it's like almost Metroidvania in a sense.
yeah,
That
right.
was cool.
Yeah.
So there's a gate that has like a big, snowflake on it, and like you need ice breath, and that's how you break the gate. And the same thing, there's like a lightning breath. When I was a kid, I don't know why, but I distinctly remember being like 8, 9 years old and like just charging at the gate and going through it. And I was like not like butter, like I was like obviously like ramming towards a gate, and then
you would just like work your way in.
and then I'm in it, and I was
yeah.
like, what the fuck?
Oh,
I was
that's a
just like,
glitch. That's
whatever.
cool.
Imagine little Bobby getting scared like.
So that happened, right? And I just disregarded that.
Yeah.
Years later, I'm an adult. Speedrunning is the thing that I watch currently, like, frequently. I don't watch as much speedruns as I used to, but back in the day,
Yeah.
me and Dylan were speedrunning fiends, right?
Yeah.
I found out that there was an Enter the Dragonfly speedrun that was 3.5 minutes. And
Whoa.
That's crazy.
Do you just bash through the door?
yep.
Okay.
So the speedrun used it.
Okay.
And it uses like an enhanced version of it, which is hilarious considering I was able to do it at 8. But if you look at it, what happens is if you flame the gate, it causes way too much lag on the screen. So then you just charge right after the flame, and it just pushes you out. Then what you do after that is you go to this little pool of water, right?
Mm-hmm.
You do like this little headbang glitch where you like just hit the edge of the water, so it's like you're diving, but you're diving on land, and now you're swimming in the air. And now you can just fly out of bounds wherever you want. And the final boss is hidden behind like a big circle in the ground, literally right at the start of the game. So you just fly under that and go fight the boss. And then you kill the boss and you beat the game in like 3.5 minutes.
Nice.
The record now is like 45 seconds because they also found out you could just go to the circle and headbang a specific corner of it and just
And you
fall
can
right
fall-
through
No
and fight the boss
way.
like
right
Yep.
straight to
like
the final
literally
level.
5 seconds after you start the game.
Yes.
If you watch that speed run now, like I'm sorry we're getting so in depth about a dumbass speed
No,
run.
I love these. These are my
But
favorite.
if you watch that speed run now, it literally consists of the guy starting the game and then he goes to the pause menu to turn off cutscenes so that when he just runs there, nobody talks to him and they just goes in the ground and kills the boss.
That's crazy.
Like a percentage of the run is him in the menu.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that's
yeah.
insane. To
I
me.
love. There's some speed runs that are shockingly short.
Boy
like
and his blob, bro.
yeah, Boy and His Blob. I ran Boy and His Blob. Great game. But there are some that like they're like 10 seconds. There's one there's the PC version of Clue. It is a speed run.
There's a speed run for that game?
It is 1 second because it's a random guess, and
Yeah,
you just
like
go,
you just
you just
take
go,
a guess.
and you guess, and if it's right, it's right.
I was gonna make that joke, and I'm mad that that's exactly how that fucking
So you
works.
just gotta go. You just gotta
You could
join.
be
in.
like, what do you make a guess?
Yeah. So you just gotta go like Colonel Mustard Spa or whatever, and it's boom, and that's
And
it.
then record it. I did it.
yeah. That's the speed run.
That's the speed running attempt. That's
Oh my
fucking
god,
insane.
that's hilarious.
But there's some quick levels too. Just good
Yeah.
shit.
Crazy, man.
Oh my god, what a weird world.
Board
Some
games.
some weird people.
some degenerates, can I say too? There's
Am
some
I right?
people.
No, that's the funny thing about speedrunning. Like any game you can think of, there are people who speedrun
Yeah,
it.
and there's people that spend way too much time
Mm-hmm.
doing it as well. Like I know there's some people that like they work and then like they do it in their free time,
Yeah.
which normal people do. But then I know some people that like live on welfare and
No,
only
yeah.
speed run.
That's like that GoldenEye guy. You were
Yeah,
telling me
there was
about.
this is GoldenEye guy, one of the best people ever. He's mentioned in almost every video. His name
Yeah.
is Mark Rutsu. He's mentioned all the time. Anyways, he lives in Denmark, I believe, but he lives off welfare,
And he just plays.
and he
Golden-
plays the game like 9 hours a day on a
Insane, man.
CRT on the floor.
Yo, he's 007 though.
Yeah,
And it's like insane to me because speedrunning isn't like an esport thing. It's like a you thing, you know. It's like
Yeah.
it's a pride.
It's pride.
oh yeah, and I get it for the people that stream and stuff. They make money off it.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, there's charitable events and
And
everything.
funny, and no, now the charity events have always been a huge thing, but now they're actually doing like competition speedrun stuff. Like they
Yeah.
actually do.
They're
like,
making competitions.
they do
and shit?
tournaments.
Yeah, and
Oh,
yeah.
a lot of people, for a while, people were signed to like organizations.
Two of the popular ones. Oh yeah, people
like
were like
Tri-Hex and
sponsored.
stuff
Yeah,
were sponsored.
but two of the more popular ones are people do 16-star Super Mario tournaments where people race like head to head, and then the winners go fight the winners of that.
Yeah,
and
tourney-
stuff
yeah,
like that.
tourney.
That's cool.
And they do Minecraft ones, which is like, believe it or not, a really really popular speedrun.
Very popular. I
nowadays.
think it's just because how popular of a game it is, but it is
Yeah.
a very
to the
good
point
speedrun.
where like a lot of popular streamers actually just started speedrunning it. Like XQC
Yeah.
speedruns Minecraft, Tfue does it. Like it's just a popular
It's
ass
fun.
run right now. It's random. It's like
Yeah.
yeah.
I like a lot of those. Like, have you ever played Getting Over It?
That's the
Quap guy.
Yeah.
Have you played Getting Over It?
That's
Uh,
the
The Man in a
the
Pot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
love
never
that
played
game.
it because I knew I would hate it.
Love that game. It's hysterical.
I want to
dude.
play like Jump King. That one looks and
Yeah.
the Pogo Stuck. All those games look fun to me. Like they
Mhm.
look like I'll fucking be upset for hours.
Yeah.
But I'll get.
No, they're a
like you
good
said
amount of
earlier.
fun.
I'll get the hang of it.
They're a good amount of fun.
For sure. Oh man, I think I gotta do a Bobby time pretty soon.
Word.
I was actually watching some old Joystick videos not too long ago, and I was like, damn, we have come through a bit.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I was like, what the hell, man? I was watching like our old Let's Plays, like the Nidhogg stuff and the
Yeah.
Tower Fall stuff. I was watching the Trials Let's Play.
Those are old.
I
Let's
forgot
Plays.
about the
Back when our we had 8-bit little avatars
Yeah.
across the
The
screen.
little Mega Man things
that
I
stuff
made.
brought me. But I like because there's some videos that I remember like doing like the back of my head, but I remember there was also like Halo. I remember which I know you've shown me several times.
we played
now.
Hitman 2.
Yeah, I remember that.
I think Halo was so funny for me just because that was like Jose's first, like he had sat in on Let's Plays before, but that was his first like, Let's Play.
I'm behind the mic.
It's his. Yeah, like he's playing. He's the guy leading it.
Yeah.
And it's funny because you watch it, right? For the first like 5 minutes, he's pretty like he's finding his footing, right? He's kind of like, "Yo, what's up, Jose?" Right? But then it's like he just hits his stride like 5-6 minutes in and just goes full Jose, and that's why it's so fucking funny to me because like for the 3
many
episodes
parts
after
is that? 3?
it's 4.
Oh, it's 4.
But it's so fucking great, man. Just Vladimir Putin shit, like Jose's a ridiculous man, but he says some funny shit.
Man.
Oh.
Great videos. There's some great content.
Yeah,
though.
man. Look at
Hidden
all our
in there.
videos.
Hidden in
After this one, just look at every single one.
No, do not, dude. This is way too much. But
Yeah, there's a lot.
I mean, if you want to like leave it on repeat in the background, you could do that, right?
What I want to do, so
but dig through a little bit, and you'll see like some.
so
good
like
shit.
I want to I actually want to kind of go back and archive a lot of those, not because there's anything bad, I promise you, but just because like I don't know,
the vibe's different.
the vibe is very
it's way
different.
It's a way different like
But
aesthetic moving forward.
What I do want to do is I want to put together a playlist of all like the best ones we did,
okay.
so we could just have the classic folder, and you can go and see like all the best of.
Okay,
like,
that's pretty cool.
You know what I mean? Like we'll have like the last slices and shit like that.
Alright.
Which again, totally forgot about those for a bit. I was like crazy. Kind of want to do Last Slice 3 now.
Yeah, we could with the vibe we provide now.
Bro,
We have a 4K camera. Joe.
Oh my God.
We have
Last Slice
equipment
would look Last Slice would look
Last
so
Slice would be a
fucking good.
fucking film,
we
bro.
put these lights behind like a dark wall or anything. It would look like some neo noir, like
Yeah,
some
bro,
noir
get some
shit.
gels. I
Yeah.
have them, dude.
Bro,
Roger Deakins this shit up, bro.
let's go.
Oh man.
You're like sitting under it, like you're just sitting under it, like fuck.
You know what video also kind of gets me? Your top 5 video of the winter.
I hate that
I
one.
love that video.
I hate that video.
That video feels.
sucks.
That video compared to all of our other YouTube content looked like actual YouTube content.
That's why I like it a
had
lot.
a script, not a script,
So
but like
I'm not,
it had a nice
I love you,
thing.
Joey, and I'm not gonna roast you too hard.
No.
But the like low key, like the hardest part about that video is the fact that you came up with a lot of what you said, the spot on, right?
Yeah.
Like you literally wrote it on a piece of paper and we went through
Yeah.
the take. So that's why a lot of the stuff is shaky. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I edited the fuck out of that video. Like I
Yeah.
did my best to make it feel like a top 5 video and shit like that.
It did. It felt like.
But
a
there's
top
little
video.
slices of moments in that video that fucking kill me. My favorite one is when Joey is talking about Cool Cool Mountain from Super Mario 64, and he's like, "I just love hearing this holiday music. You know what it reminds me of? The deals in all the shopping malls and the stores." And then it just plays this happy ass mountain music, and I edited in like Black Friday fights, It's like people fighting
That
over
was
TVs
great.
and shit.
I mean, you made it work. You made it work. So sick.
Joey's probably the best on the channel at setting me up for edits, like
Yeah.
legit.
Yeah, for sure.
Like everybody asks me for shit, like, "Oh, Bobby, put in this or whatever." But Joey like will do something, and he knows that I'm gonna edit something, and I'm like, "Yeah,
Yeah, it's where it makes sense. Yeah.
I leave it up. I leave it up to you because I don't know. My brain works like a fucking cartoon, bro. So I'm like, man,
But mine does too."
yeah, draw something. Yeah, that works.
cue the fucking mallet.
And then me and Jerry are the hey Bobby.
Hey, yo,
Hey Bob,
Put Jerry's was so fucking stupid with it though. Jerry would be like, Bobby, get a picture of Hulk Hogan, and then get 2 separate pictures of Hulk Hogan, and take his head and put him over his boobs. Make that Hulk Hogan." Like that's how Jerry does edits on the channel. I kid you not. I kid you not. That's how it works.
No, you're right.
Jose does the same thing, but it's really short and specific. He's always like,
It's
edit in
short.
a picture of The Rock holding corn pops. And I'm like, now I got to go get a corn pops PNG. I got to get a picture that looks like The Rock is holding something.
Yeah. Oh, that's the hard. That's some. Sorry to put you through that work. Bobby's interning at Joystick. Those were the intern years, bro.
My favorite thing about those old shit is that was all the stuff on the iMac.
Yeah.
So whenever you go into the old hard drive, I was so bad at file management.
It's just shit all over the
I
place.
would put this stuff all on the desktop, and I would name shit like Rock holding corn pops. So you go onto my desktop on the hard drive, you just read these files like, what the fuck is this? There's one called like Terrorist Jerry, because somebody on the thing was like, make Jerry a terrorist. And I was like, I gotta do it now. It's fucked up, but I gotta do it. It was like Jose.
Oh shit.
But this is mad stupid shit, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I really wish I was better. And the funny thing is I still name things stupidly, but at least I know where I put them and stuff. But it's just because you'll be in like a random folder, like what's in documents, and be like, oh, okay, poop emoji, like just dumb shit, like.
Oh, the poop emoji. I know what's in there.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, good old times, man.
Bro, I can't.
Good old content.
I can't. Good content. Create stuff on YouTube.
Yeah,
Yeah.
do it for 7 years like we did, or we have.
Yeah.
And maybe you could be just like us.
Oh yeah, speaking of that, look, new addition to the set, guys. We got comfy chairs now.
I don't know about that. Nice padded
Shut
chairs.
up.
Nice.
They're comfy.
For
I said
once.
comfy.
Yeah.
They're what?
Comfy. No, yeah, I got nice soft chairs now. Making small additions. My goal is to have this basement fixed by August 5th, which would have been a year. So that's like.
Yo, so there's gonna be like a brand new basement.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna add a jacuzzi.
Yeah, yep. We're gonna do the podcast from a jacuzzi. What a vibe that would be.
By the way,
That'd be risky as shit. Like just having mics suspended
Like over our
yeah, right.
I mean, not really. We just got to be really careful.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
we just really have to. That's possible.
Hey,
Speaking of that, number one, that is definitely possible.
I know where
We
I know where you're going with this.
We could definitely be cool with that. Second, do you?
I think.
I was watching the Overwatch streamer,
Never mind.
Fitzy here, and he was streaming from his pool.
Wow.
He had his whole computer, he had the monitor, the keyboard, and he was in the pool standing. I was like, holy shit, because he bought a house in
What a
like the south or whatever,
flex.
and he had like a pool, and I'm
That's
like,
a weird flex, but like Matt specific, but like very.
and you
weird
see him, and he's
cool.
like, he literally, while he's queuing for a match, is swimming on the other side of the pool, and then he comes back to the stream, he's like, thanks for the dono. Like, thanks for the 10.
Imagine
my
like that's
God.
just his pool computer. Like he just leaves it out
That's my
there.
pool
Yeah, it might
computer.
be. Because it's like, he's like,
Oh my god.
he was like, oh, my frame rate's slower. I was like, maybe it's a different computer. He just keeps it in
Oh,
his
man.
fucking backyard.
No, I thought you were gonna go with like a brocation thing because we've been talking about that.
Oh
for a
yeah,
bit.
no, we can. That's what I meant in
Get an
terms
Airbnb
of the,
with like a hot tub.
back to the first thing. Yeah, we could definitely.
And then
do
we
that.
take the joystick show on the road
Yeah,
from the hot tub,
coming to a city near you.
Can we do that though? Like get a truck with a hot tub in the back.
like in fucking Parks and Rec.
I'm
I got a
thinking.
limo with a hot tub. in
No,
the
I'm
back.
thinking. I'm thinking like a Ford F-150, like a pickup truck.
Mhm,
But the
hot
bed
tub.
is just a hot tub.
Saw one of those on Pimp My Ride where the flatbed was a pool table,
Remember Pimp My Ride?
which makes
Pimp
no
My
sense.
Ride is like the best show. That's like one of the best shows on TV back in the day. Old MTV was so fucking sick.
Old
Old
MTV
was
2.
weird. Old MTV 2.
It was MTV Cribs.
Was a
It
vibe.
was that show.
It was Next. It was
Robin Big.
Parental Control. Robin
Silent
Big,
Library.
Silent Library.
Well, Silent Library was a little bit after that. Though.
Doesn't matter.
That was like
Good.
later on. Oh yeah, all of it was amazing.
Jackass. That's like one of the oldest ones.
That was the oldie.
Before the
Beavis and
movies.
Butthead too.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Celebrity Deathmatch.
So I watched a lot of Celebrity
Yeah.
Deathmatch.
Just watching claymation figures fuck each other.
I remember
up.
they back in the day on Time Warner Cable.
Yeah, remember that?
Cable.
Cable. Sounded like Andrew Wong for a second. No, like I was watching the show and I was just like on Time Warner Cable on demand. They would have old shows on, and that was like before Netflix or whatever. And I remember they had every episode of Celebrity Deathmatch.
Damn, I
I watched like 18 episodes.
Dude, I remember On Demand. That shit
Do you
was
remember?
lit.
Do you remember Music Choice?
Music Choice On Demand?
Music
Holy
Choice on
shit.
Demand.
Just watch a music
You
video.
would
real
watch,
quick.
yo. Me and my friends would just. I remember I have a specific memory
Holy
of me
shit, you
and
brought
two
me
of my
back.
friends getting drunk in his house. By the way, so like I'm getting drunk as like a young child.
Dylan was a degenerate child. Let's just put that there.
And I'm drinking. I didn't do it often, but it was like and we were just watching music. We're going down like every single one. We were just like, this one sucks. Like we just watch these music videos. Oh my god.
Oh man, I saw so many. I remember that was like the first time I saw the
Oh.
Trapped Staying Alive music video because they always have like the weirdest music videos. It's never like
It was always like hard rock.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
It was always like some weird stuff. I watched Fireflies on that.
yeah, me too.
Mm-hmm.
Man, what a fucking era. Time Warner Cable
I remember
on
watching
demand.
music videos before going to school.
I remember like when we got DirecTV and we first got DVR. And that was
Mhm.
like a huge thing. You could record TV and watch it later. So I like recorded every episode of Comedy Central Presents
Bro, me too.
and every episode of Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Bro, I would just go home
And then the next day, I
record.
would just go through all of them, and I would save the ones I liked and delete the rest of them and go on to the next batch the next day. That was such a vibe for so long.
All of those were the Comedy Central was a good hot spot for
That
me.
was a
and,
good hot
and then
spot.
like there'd be a special on, I'd be like, I haven't seen that special.
Dude,
Or even if I had seen the special, it's like that's a really good fucking special. I'm gonna record that.
it would
and just keep it.
legitimately be pretty cool to go back and like do an episode where we could just like talk about old Comedy Central Presents, because I feel like that's one thing you and I have like gone to lengths about.
100%.
Bobby and Dylan just fucking talk about Comedy Central and their high school stories.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. That's what we did.
Hi, Jerry.
We weren't. Hey, Jerry.
Hi, Jerry.
That's what we did in high school.
Oh yeah.
Funny enough, like I know I've mentioned the story about like me stealing Dylan's wallet a bunch of times or whatever, but like one of the things I used to do to try to talk to people in high school was I would steal Whose Line Is It Anyway jokes.
He
And leave it to Dylan to
I
be, like,
had
the
no
only-
idea.
No, Dylan knew like one of them, and he was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, that's this," and I was like, "Fuck," and that was like one of the first times I was like, "Oh, this guy knows this."
I
thing."
honestly still judge people based on if they find Whose Line Is It Anyway funny or not.
My
if
girlfriend doesn't.
If they don't find it, well, is that like a?
I think I get it though.
I think I know what she. I mean, that makes a bit more sense.
Look,
Anyone
think
who's not like American, not to be that guy, but
it's
I
not
feel like
even
that is that not it?
I think you just had to grow up with it. I really do. I don't think
Grow
like,
up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I see what you're meaning. You're
Like,
relating
we-
it less
we
to
like-
a
Has it
Like-
aged well? You're saying?
No, I'm not saying that. I just like think about
'Cause
it.
I'm saying
If
if
your family,
Dylan, how many kids nowadays are gonna want to watch Colin Mockery and Ryan Stiles do improv comedy on like Channel 11 or whatever the fuck it is now? I'm not trying to sound like a dick. I love Whose Line Is It Anyway?
But what I'm saying is that there were like mostly adults watched the show, which is what I'm saying.
But that's what I'm saying. Like we grew up watching that show as kids.
Okay.
The people who are our age that didn't like it didn't watch it as kids.
Oh.
So they watch it now and they're like, "What is this?"
Okay. So they don't like it even more.
I think so.
They double
yeah,
don't
I
like
really
it.
think that's what it is.
Oh, okay. They
Because I know
It was an
people
error.
that
You
I'll
had
be
to
in
be
that
there.
I'll be in that group, right, where like a bunch of us would be like, "Oh, that show's hilarious," this, that, and the other, and they'll be like, "We hate that show." I'm like, "Why?" I'm like, "We just never watched it."
I don't think I've ever met anyone that hates Whose Line. So that's
I
weird.
have.
No, there's a lot of people I know that don't like it. Actually,
And it's
I
one
don't
thing
talk
if
to
you're
them
not
anymore.
into,
Yeah, that's weird. Whose
It's
Line
one-
is so great.
it's one thing if you're not into improv comedy, like that's perfectly fine. Sorry, what the fuck?
We're going to
Yo,
Bluey.
we're watching Bluey.
Yeah, I think what happened was Bobby clicked the Alexa
Yeah.
button.
And I said Bluey apparently.
Bluey.
I know what that show's about because of
What the
my
fuck was I
kids.
talking about before I got cut off by Bluey?
Jennifer Love Hewitt.
No, I wasn't. What was I talking about before?
You were talking about
You were talking about candle making.
Whose Line, right?
Whose Line? Yeah.
No, yeah, like I said, if it's one thing if you're not into improv comedy, that's fine. Like that's a genre that I get if you're not into. Like, yeah, because
Oh, it's a little.
I love when people like make fun of the bad improv people where they're like, "I need a place," like the people in the black box
I
theaters.
Hate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate those.
I wonder where I can.
Yeah,
go.
right, some shit like
yeah.
that. Oh man, I was watching. I think there's one show that we quote a lot on this channel and on this podcast specifically, but also is really good at satirizing a lot of things, but improv comedy in general, and that's Family Guy.
Yes.
Like anytime Family Guy makes fun of improv comedy, it's funny. It's fucking hilarious. But you remember, that scene where it's like Brian going to see his old friends play, and he plays like 3 different characters all with the same voice, and he's like, "Then there was my mailman. Hey Joe, make sure you're good. And my friend from school. Hey Joe, I'll see you by the park. And my grandma. Hey Joe." But then like Brian is like, all the characters sounded the same, whatever. And then he like walk away, and all those people went to go see the show, and they're all like, his grandma's like, "Good show," and they're all talking like that. It's so fucking stupid.
Family Guy even the early Family Guy was really funny.
Family Guy was always.
We just watched The Boom, which is like season 2, episode 3. It's like the funniest fucking.
It was
episode
from one of the
of
first two.
Family
Yeah, it was
Guy.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The early ones were funny.
That's the one with Randy Newman, and he's singing the song "Lois is biting an apple." Gonna take a bite, gonna breathe on it first.
God, fucking. They're just. I don't know. They're just really good at making fun of people.
Now husband's walking over. Twinkie the Kid. Oh man. Oh, it is about that time.
I'm about to
Look at
watch some. Can we watch Family Guy cutaways after this?
Yeah.
We can watch
We
Family
should.
Guy after
I was
this.
gonna show you something after this, but I forgot what it was. It'll
Family
come,
Guy.
It'll come to me. I guess
It
we're
was
I guess
Family
we're watching
Guy,
Family
guy.
But it is time for the Jam and Yam segment for sure.
Can I preface the jam and the yam? Of the week?
You can, but I just wanted to mention one last thing that I was leaving for the podcast, and I want to say it before
Go ahead.
we wrap up. I was gonna say, I was just gonna talk about. Joey knows about it because I was showing him. My mom ordered like some patio furniture for the backyard, and it came in, but it was missing a box with necessary materials.
Okay.
So the company sent a completely new set.
All right.
The set is a different color.
All right.
My mom complained about it, and the woman said not only that she could keep it, but apparently they have another one on the way. And now my parents, no joke, have like
30
17-piece furniture in the backyard. Like there's like 3 sofas, 7 chairs.
Fucking cool.
And my parents are a little overwhelmed. They're like, holy shit. They're like,
but that's really, bro.
like we got rid of a lot. Not of the new stuff, but of the old stuff we
Yeah.
had. But now even with just the new stuff, there's like sofas on sofas, and we're like,
I like
holy
it.
shit.
I'm gonna
bro.
sleep
make
in
a-
your backyard.
Yeah,
Nick.
right?
A port.
I'll go
Make a
show you
fort.
after this. I was telling my mom, no joke. I was like, we should low key do like an outdoor episode of the podcast because now it looks mad nice back there.
Yeah.
So
I'm
yeah,
down for that.
put the fire pit out. We'll get into
Double
it.
camera.
Yeah. And speaking of that, I'll get into that at the end of Jam and Yam. But we got some news about a little quality boost coming soon. But what's everybody picking for their Jam Yam?
So I
and
would just like to
slams.
preface this by saying I was walking to Bobby's house, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
To
I
my
was,
house.
yeah, you know, down the block. And I was thinking to myself, hey, I don't have a yam. And
What?
and I said that out loud. I was
Oh,
walking down
shit.
the street and I was like, damn, I don't have a yam. Someone heard me and they looked at me and they're like, they must have been like, damn, that guy must really like yams. Like he really couldn't have.
Damn, I don't got a yam.
I was like, damn, I really need a yam. And this guy's like, he needs a yam.
Oh my
Damn,
God.
somebody get him that.
Imagine like, I see like a Spanish lady. She just hands me a sweet potato. I'm like,
Yams are not sweet potatoes. I learned this recently.
yeah, they're
Two
slightly
different
different.
They're
Yeah.
slightly different. I learned that recently too.
So I'll just go ahead and do my jam. My jam is Medic by Van Buren Records. Pretty cool rap group. Super underground.
Ooh,
I was
Van
telling
Buren.
Jerry they're kind of like a super hood Brockhampton. It's like 8 or 9 of them, and they're all rappers. And I think they're from Massachusetts, but they made like 20
Interesting.
albums in like 2 years or something like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are they
So-
good?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't heard a lot of their like individual stuff, but like the record or records that they put out where like all of them are on it are pretty fire.
Okay.
And I'll share some later. But yeah, check out Medic by Van Buren Records.
Oh yeah, I'll go next. I'll say that mine is Jealous by Eyedress. A lo-fi, super loud bass, weird vocals, very edgy.
Sounds good.
Oh yeah. A little daunting.
I couldn't find it. I didn't listen to a lot of music this week, but I just went on my likes and I just scruffled around. Scruffled, yeah. Patent that word.
It's like a scruffle shuffle.
Yeah, my slam is Black Hole Sun by Soundgarden.
Wow, yeah.
Fucking classic.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Nice. Before I say the traditional thanks for watching shit, which you're going to see on the final title screen anyway. Well, yeah, thanks for watching. I appreciate that deeply. But there's going to be some big quality changes coming to the show specifically. This is going to be the last episode with these webcams. They serviced us well for 38 episodes.
Yeah.
But episode 39 will be the first ever fully HD episode of the Joystick Show.
It's gonna
pretty cool.
It's gonna be really cool when it's
It's gonna
like
be like
this is gonna,
Marvel
if
Cinematic
you need help, by the
Universe
way,
quality.
to like set up the basement.
I mean, it's not that
Like,
actually the
like you know, because it's gonna look nice.
yeah.
Like
I'll help
especially
you.
back in like August, but I'm thinking like if you need like to like visualize some shit,
Well,
I'll
that's
come over.
the thing is I want to take time to actually. What the new plan is, we're not gonna be against this wall anymore. We're
Yeah.
gonna be kind of in the corner, which
Yeah.
gives us more like.
And we're gonna be
wall-like
circular,
space.
so it takes up the whole room.
Exactly. No
Yeah.
more of this like looking down and not being able to see Joey instead of the side angles. We'll be like around a table. So Dylan and I'll still retain this distance, but you'll be like here, and Jerry will be here.
And we gotta have another person there.
So I gotta wear
Exactly.
pants now.
No.
In fact, we'd actually like it if we did an all nude episode. So you
Yeah,
gotta
we're
join us.
working on the all nude.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to, like you said, I want to find a thing just like to visualize what the space is gonna look like, and I want to do something with like lights, and I have like a Spider-Man painting Joey saw upstairs. I'm probably gonna put that down here. And
I like
stuff,
it a
so,
lot.
Yeah, just some stuff to spruce this up and make this like our joystick show space.
Wait,
Yo,
wait a
can
minute.
can we all like add like a piece of like poster?
I was
or
gonna say this.
furniture?
I was like, either we do a collab piece or we all pick one piece of like a painting, because you're picking the Spider-Man painting.
I didn't pick it. I was gifted it.
I want to pick a
All right,
painting.
I want to put what I'm gifted in this room too.
So how about we actually put work into that?
I
That'd
wanna-
be actually
Yeah.
kind of cool. We could all
All
be
right,
creative.
I got a sweet Monet coming in.
Sick. An original.
Yeah.
But
I got
no,
that
like
print
what is
coming in.
kind of cool about the camera thing is now that we're not going to be having these webcams, though there's not going to be any wires anymore. This is all going to be free to roam around, and you don't see it in the camera, but there's a lot. It's like we're in
There's
a
wires.
zoo. It's like a fucking jungle where like
Oh, yeah.
if you want to, you probably saw a little bit of it last episode when Joey was getting up to go get his tissues, but you have to literally step over like 100 things.
Yeah, I wasn't just walking weird.
Yeah, so hopefully that'll.
Imagine that no one noticed that. They're like, damn, Joey.
really walks weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, I feel like I may have brought it up on a previous episode, and I hate if I'm just fucking regurgitating it. But I also found out there's this thing where if you plug in two webcams into the same USB hub, which is what we do to do the two webcams, the second one you plug in actually has a lesser quality than the first one, even though they're the exact same webcams. So that's why whenever you watch the show, one of the angles always looks a little bit worse than the other one. So when we get new cameras, that won't be a fucking thing. Everything's gonna look
And you can't fix
tip-top.
quality in post. Good.
It's like it's one of those things that like people who watch don't really care, but as the editor, whenever I see the angle change and the color of the table changes to a different shade, I'm like, fuck. That's
Yeah,
not-
it's a little.
it's burgundy. It's
yeah.
not purple. You know what I mean? And now everybody that watches it is gonna go back and make fun of me. But
Are they? They're gonna be
All the
like,
comments are gonna be like, the table
damn,
changes.
damn.
episodes 1 through 30.
Yeah. Someone makes a file. They're like, all right, so no, episode 8, Bobby has the bad camera, but 9 through 12, Dylan
Yeah.
has the bad camera.
Yeah, right. That'd be crazy.
Everything changes by episode 23.
go through
Yeah.
the log.
No, the next episode is gonna be.
And
where
just
everything
even like
changes.
that, it's just cool how far we've come. I think we can save that for next week when we actually get to see everything in
When
action.
you see
but,
it in action.
We do the podcast on a hill to symbolize
Yeah, right.
how we've risen.
But yeah, make sure to, like I said at the beginning of the podcast, make sure to go ahead and like and subscribe and click that bell to stay up to date with everything that's happening
yeah.
at Joystick. I've said it a bunch of times. We've got a lot of stuff under wraps. The only reason we haven't really mentioned anything is because we really want to get ourselves to a position where we have it and we can be like, yo, this is what we're making or putting it out, and then it won't
I already feel people roasting you.
it won't be typical
I
Joystick
feel that
shit.
people are gonna be like, hey, you said there was new content.
It's like I said, it's because I don't want to.
Honestly,
Let's make a bulk and just release
When
it.
they make a TV show, they don't make it episode by episode. They make a shit
yeah,
ton and they put it out.
No, and I will vouch Bobby on this for everyone who's watching.
Thank you.
That we do have stuff in the vault.
We have
do.
2 Chef Sons in the vault. We have a Fear in the vault, which is something that's coming out pretty soon.
Yes,
we
we
have
have
2
two
Let's Plays
Plays.
in the vault. There's
Done.
a lot of stuff. We're even talking a new show. So there's stuff in the
Yeah.
vault. You got to trust us. And I'm honestly speaking, the trailers are going to come in like a
You know
week,
what?
maybe
Hey-
2
hey,
weeks.
Bob,
but-
hey, Bob.
And while
Bob.
you wait, write in the comments what you want us to talk about.
Oh, the vault.
I'm opening the vault.
Cracking it open.
Yo, he opened the vault.
Yeah.
Go ahead, click the bell. Like I said, stay up to date. And
Yeah.
you know,
Comment down below.
check out some moldy joystick shit.
Yeah,
And,
comment down below what your favorite
We all,
old
we
joystick
all
moment
see
is.
we all see what you write. I comment on it too.
And
on
you
my
know
own
what?
account.
We haven't asked anybody this, and this is probably the first time we actually had a little in-depth conversation about video games.
Yeah.
But let us know what your video.
The
Let
end.
us, let us know what your favorite video game is in the comments. Andy said in the last video he's looking for a Legend of Dragoon remake because we asked who's looking for a good game remake. That's a pretty
yeah.
good one because I know he's a big fan of that series, and I want to know what your favorite video games
Yeah,
are.
talk about video games down there.
So let us know. We are Name Team Joystick after all. We got to get into it a little bit every now and then.
What's a joystick?
Yeah.